Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Lizzie Golub with Live by the Sea. I own a small crafting business. As you can see, behind me is all my vinyl. I have it organized by regular vinyl and heat transfer vinyl. I have a heat press, and I am actually wearing a heat transfer shirt where I cut this with the Cricut and weeded all the extra and he pressed this design on my shirt. That is how I started my business in 2019. Excuse me. Now I have a sublimation printer. I have a direct-to-film printer. So a sublimation printer will print the design, and I'll show you one using a special ink and a special piece of sublimation paper, and you lay it on your polyester shirt and it infuses the ink right into the shirt. So that's one added way I can make apparel now. The other way is direct to film, and I absolutely love my direct to film Pro Colored printer. It will print a special ink on a special film with a big printer, and then you powder and bake it to give you a transfer to go on to your shirt. And these are also very convenient for taking around to festivals, which I will be attending this summer. And you can just stack all your prints, take your heat press, and make shirts right at your show. So that's one reason I love my direct to film. Much easier than Cricut cutting and weeding, and it lasts a lot longer. Today, I'm going to show you how to sublimate a shirt, which will last very long as well because it actually infuses the ink into the fabric. So let's get started. I have my heat press here. I'm going to kind of turn the camera a little bit, reposition it so that you can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can put it steady on the table here. It's always hard to find a spot for your camera. Alright, let's see. Get a chair maybe and put it on a chair behind me so that you can see as I heat press. And this is more of my organization behind me. I have my direct to film ink and I have more vinyl. So I do still create with vinyl. I make signs, I make decals, and I do still make like once in a while a heat transfer shirt that I love to make in holographic or color changing. So let's get started with the sublimation. As you can see, I have an HTV rod auto heat press. It will automatically go down at the push of a button. I have preheated my heat press to 390 degrees Fahrenheit, and I set my time to 40 seconds. And that is the temperature and seconds you need for sublimating a shirt. I have a ladies polyester shirt right here. The one tip I'm going to give you to start out with is preheat your shirt. Get all your wrinkles out. It also will get all the moisture out of your shirt so that you'll have a nice infusion with your ink. Once again, this is what I am sublimating into the shirt. When you print, you need to mirror your image because it's going face down. You don't want it to print and it's going to go backwards. So you mirror your image, print it mirrored, and lay it flat. You need about 10 seconds of time to preheat your shirt. Preheating it will just allow the ink to really get into the material. The next step you're going to do is take a piece of butcher paper and put it in between your shirt, in the middle of your shirt, and this protects the ink from going to the back of your shirt. So That's a little trick. You want to make sure you put a protective layer in between. And make sure it's going to be covering where your design is going. This is a V-neck, so I have to measure this a little differently than I would a scoop neck. If I was doing a scoop neck, I would use my ruler and scoop it right under. This, I'm not doing a scoop neck, it's a V-neck. So we're going to just take a ruler. This is my Cricut ruler. And we're going to measure 3 inches down from the V. And I'll move it so you can see. I'm going to just lay it in the center of the V right here. I'm going to find the center of my image, lining it up. That's about the center right there. And put it at the 3-inch mark. Kind of visualize where your image is going to make sure it is correctly laid out. I always like to kind of see it starts right there, ends right there. That looks like it's evenly spaced. The last step before you press it down is to put a piece of butcher paper on top. Now I get my butcher paper in a big roll and cut it down. You can also get it in sheets. So hi everybody, if you're watching, thank you for joining. I am sublimating a shirt with my HTV Ront auto heat press. I'm Lizzie, thank you for joining. Currently, this is going to go for 40 seconds and then auto lift up. So say hi if you like to get crafty. Let me know what you like to create. And we just wait for the timer. I love this machine. It's so easy to use because all you have to do is push a button. And then when it's done the time, it just comes up, does the work for you. So you pull it out. Another suggestion I have is to use a heat resistant glove when you peel your paper off. It is going to be pretty hot. So I'm going to get a glove, peel this off, and show you how it looks. I'm going to lift up a corner, lift it up, and there is my shirt. I'm going to hold it up in 1 second, but as you can see, most of the image came off the paper. This is still pretty hot, so be careful where you pressed it. We'll shake out the butcher paper here. And reveal the shirt. And this is what it looks like. The ink gets into the material. And this is for another small business called Nurturing Waves Doula. Thank you so much for watching my live. I hope I gave you some cool tips on how to sublimate. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Have a great night.